Hi everybody, this is going to be our first debate, and today the subject is whether or not cheerleading is an actual sport.
Which it is.
It's not. The reason that we're doing this topic is because when I was in high school, I was actually friends with a cheerleader who was actually our valedictorian. So...
What's she on? Never mind, don't answer.
Anyway, the point is, me and her used to have this argument all the time, and I used to insist to her that it was not a debate. She would get upset because in the yearbook, the cheerleaders were not in the sports section, they were in the club section.
Well,
which is one reason why they're not a sport.
Well, the thing is, cheerleading is technically, if you think about it, it's kind of like a sport. You have to have the practices. They do a lot of training. There is a selection process of who gets on the team, and as many athletic skills as you need, you cannot just be sit on your ass and do nothing, kind of like we are.
Is being like a prom queen a sport? Because they have a selection process, they have competitions, they have to do some sort of talent, which can include stuff that is very physical. They have to be in shape, so they do actually do training. So would being a beauty pageant contestant, is that a sport? Is it beauty pageantry a sport? No, it's more for entertainment purposes.
You didn't allow me to answer that.
That was a rhetorical question. Fine, you can answer. Fine, whatever. What's your answer?
Well, some see it as not as a sport, but as a career. And in that same sense, you see football, sport, golf, sport, careers.
Cheerleading can be a career. You can be a professional cheerleader for the football teams and all that stuff.
Yet it cannot be considered a sport.
It's not a sport. It's more entertainment than it is a sport. It's more like dancing and like...
Your dancing is technically a sport.
No, it's not.
Actually...
Is it at the Olympics?
Well, you got those figure skaters. That's like dancing on ice.
It's not the same. It's more choreographed and it's a lot more physically enduring than regular dancing.
Hold on. It's because it's more choreographed. Are you saying that cheerleaders... Are you basing it on the random and like biased view that all cheerleaders must be these little short skirts, breasts out to here? Okay, I gotta admit that's kind of nice. But anyway, you are saying that all of them are like that, and all they do is just go like, cheer, cheer, our team is better than yours, screw you, we win. And that's all? They actually...
Okay, first of all, I know that there are stuff that is way better than that they do flips and all these choreographed stuff. I've seen Bring It On, okay? But, point is, which was a stupid movie, but point is, they may have competitions, and that's why my friend from high school used to say that they are a sport because they had competitions, but you realize that the competitions, the only people who go and watch those are the parents of the cheerleaders involved, and a bunch of perverts who just want to watch the girls' skirts fly up.
Well, when I was in ROTC, not many other people came besides the parents and the other people who were actually cadets. Are you saying that being in ROTC, doing the color guard, the rifle, the dark knights, everything were all those techniques, are you saying that those are not considered sports?
I don't think they would be considered sports. I consider that army training. They're trying to get you to be recruited, but that's a completely different debate.
That might be the next one. Anyway.
Warning, now, these debates will go on tangents. But anyway, lots of tangents.
Anyway, so they have choreography. They have training. Sometimes there are cheerleaders who have more training than the actual people who are on the sports team themselves.
Okay, when you think of cheerleading, at least in my head, it's the traditional trying to get the crowd riled up at a sports event. It's not that you're going there to watch these cheerleaders compete. They're supposed to be an addition to the sports event. They're supposed to be trying to get people involved, trying to get people riled up, trying to get people excited. They're not the people who are actually competing on a field and trying to beat the other team. That's not the point of cheerleading. The point of cheerleading is to add pep and energy.
So you're saying they're no better than the bands that go out on the field. They're just trying to get them riled up.
Or the mascot. Exactly. They're on the same level.
Well, actually,
bands, on the other hand, they do a lot of marching, and sometimes they have choreographed marching. So could that be considered a sport?
Well, actually, your point was that they do not do competitions, when in fact I was...
Bands do have competitions.
Exactly! Yet you said they do not have competitions. So
I was talking about cheerleading. Their competitions...
Yet you're regarding bands band as something that is less than cheerleading because all they're
I'm
doing
not saying it's less than
doing the
cheerleading.
same
I'm saying
thing,
it's the
though.
same as cheerleading.
Yet you're saying it can be up there.
I'm not saying, okay, band isn't a sport, being a mascot isn't a sport, being a cheerleader isn't a sport.
Yeah,
they are all these things that are supposed to add energy to the sporting event.
So you're saying if your only action is to just get the team riled up, to get them energized, to get them to cheer on those people, and they ain't doing shit.
I'm not saying they're not doing shit, and it's not a sport. Why is it an insult to not be a sport? There are plenty of good things that aren't sports. I hate sports.
Well, I can't really say anything. I play paintball. Anyone want to play with me? Another time. Oh, that sounded wrong. Anyway.
No one wants to play with you, Aaron. They're all agreeing with me at this point.
Well, I'm...
Make sure to comment so that you can tell us that I'm right and he's wrong.
Don't do that. We'll make sure... I mean... She'll...
if cheerleading is not a sport, comment, say cheerleading is not a sport, or if you actually think it is a sport, you can put it up there and then have people laugh at you.
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to do that, then put up your reasons as to why you think it is or why you think it's not. And I'll try and help out the people who believe it is so they'll be on this side of the view.
We'll approve all the comments as long as you're not just insulting us.
We got that on tape, so we're going to be working with that. Okay? Okay.